So, about that brawl on Memorial Day. Let's talk about that. What up, sports fans? I'm Paulo Camacho, and you're watching the Macho Sports Report. It was the 8th inning in a Memorial Day game between the Washington Nationals and San Francisco Giants. The orange and black forgot to bring their offense again, and the Nationals were proving to be the better team. Giants reliever Harper-Strickland was on the mound, facing off against talented young Nats slugger Bryce Harper, for the first time since he gave up 2 home runs in 2 at-bats against him in the 2014 NLDS. A series that, I should emphasize, the Giants won en route to a 3rd World Series title in 5 years. So what does the former do with his first pitch? He plunks Harper with a 98-mile-per-hour fastball to his hip, seemingly as an act of revenge for feeling disrespected by the then 20-year-old all those years ago. A thrown helmet, a bevy of punches, and 2 cleared benches later, both players were involved in a highly contentious and mostly pointless brawl that will likely get them suspended for multiple games. Meanwhile, catcher Buster Posey, bound by unwritten rules to get in the middle of it all, just stood there as the hotheads got into it. Pundits and fans alike were quick to weigh in on the situation. The majority agreed that Strickland was clearly in the wrong. After all, assuming he threw at Harper on purpose, it was apparently for those 2 long balls Harper hit off of him in 2014. Man, is that a stupidly long amount of time to hold a grudge. Sure, Harper easily could have taken his base without escalating things. After all, his team was already winning 2-0. But Strickland getting revenge on Harper for something that happened 3 years ago that he could have avoided by not serving one of the best young sluggers in the game 2 fat fastballs seems pretty bush league. Others saw fault in Posey's hesitance to get into the fray, despite giving his reasoning of not wanting to deal with all the big guys in the dog pile. Some went so far as to calling him a coward for leaving Strickland hanging. And sure, he could have gotten in between the two, like he had done so many times in the past, especially between guys like Madison Bumgarner and Yasiel Puig. But consider 2 things. 1, Posey probably knew this was coming, and probably even tried to convince Strickland not to be so petty 3 years after the fact. And 2, the look on Posey's face after Strickland plunked Harper was one of exhaustion. He was probably thinking, oh, you've got to be kidding me. Again, I understand the unwritten rule of protecting your own no matter what, but when your guy is so immature to throw at a guy for beating him twice 3 years ago, it's pretty tough to justify. Also, Giants fans who choose to judge Posey, consider this. Suppose your 2012 NL MVP catcher did get involved in that ridiculous scrum and got injured in the process. Not sure your arguments of sticking up for your guys would hold up when another valuable piece to a flailing 22-31 team finds himself on the DL. Just saying. Anyway, I want to know what you think. What was your take on the Harper versus Strickland Memorial Day brawl? And should Posey have gotten involved? Why or why not? Leave your responses in the comment section below. I'm Paulo Camacho, and you've been watching the Macho Sports Report. Peace out, sports fans.